top Halloween t-shirt niche research ideas, and I go over pretty much a ton of different ideas in this video, and I go over some infringing designs to kind of help you out and give you a better idea of what not to do. All I ask is you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get into it. All right, so most of the research that I do on my channel, I use Merch Informer. Okay, well, I'm gonna show you exactly how I use it, and that way you can kind of get the idea. So I came over here to Merch Hunter, left-hand side. Okay, and then I just put in the keyword Halloween and then excluded pretty much all these brands right here. And then I just went ahead and did a search. Okay, and basically what this is going to do is going to filter out everything, and it's going to bring us up all the merch shirts. And then obviously look, you have, you know, top 100, top 300. You can do different marketplaces, right? And then you can come in here and do different products if you want, right? Depending on what you're designing for, okay, and what you want to get inspiration for. It's all up to you. So now with that being said, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up before we get into it. And then if you want to use Merch Informer, my link is going to be down below in the description. And we're going to go ahead and dive into pretty much everything on this front page and what we are finding. Okay, never better. Now, anything related to skeletons right now, okay, going into Halloween, they're going to be top sellers, and they're gonna use this is an opportunity for you to turn in something like this type of design into an evergreen design. Okay, you're gonna see right here, if we come down a little bit, you're gonna see, you know, if you look at this, you're gonna see the BSR. It's starting to trend down right now, and it's pushing. It's at 23K BSR. Average BSR is like 55K, but something like this, and you can see they're using the word Halloween in the title. This is going to be selling all year round. And let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let me click on this, and then let's come down here and let's show you an example exactly what I'm talking about. Hopefully the BSR pops up so I can show you what I mean. Okay, look at now. This is, you can see it's consistently just selling, okay, throughout the whole year. Okay, when it comes to something like this, I always recommend try to figure out something you can mix with the niche in a way where you can leverage that niche and just go into it can boost you into an evergreen niche where you start to rank for, you know, skeleton, funny skeleton shirt, cool skeleton shirt, you know what I mean? Stuff, phrases like that, they are evergreen and they sell all year round. But then when Halloween comes around, right, it starts to trend downwards and make even more sales, right? And that's what we look for as, you know, print on demand sellers, and or just selling on Amazon, merch on demand, stuff like that. That's what we look for. So, or a t-shirt seller, whatever you consider yourself. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. By looking at this BSR, you can see exactly, you know, it's giving you the data, giving you that information. All right, no, you hang up. Now, this right here is from a movie called Scream. If you do not have the rights for this, you know, to use this, you cannot design for this, right? So you'll be infringing. So make sure you understand that. Halloween Dodge shirt, meme, costume, t-shirt. Okay, they're using the dog, and you see they're using the bat, little bats, little Halloween themes around it. And you can see that, you know, the BSR on this one, it's doing pretty good. Anything related, if you can mix any type of animal, any type of dog, any type of cat, anything like that, it's going to do really good for Halloween. Okay, there's so many different ideas here that you can just dive into and just boom, 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 we'll start repping them out, and then, you know, go into more detail with each one by subcategory, different dogs, huskies, English bulldogs, pit bulls, chihuahuas, Pomeranians, the list goes on and on and on. Now this one here, thick thighs, witch vibes. This is a pretty cool one. You can see the BSR. This one's doing pretty good. And I think when we're moving closer to Halloween, obviously it's going to do even better. You can see the keywords that they're using right there. Just think about it. I wanted to say, like, you know, this is more for like women, right? Thick thighs, witch vibes, cool sayings for, you know, mixing with, you know, that women like to use, and then mixing it into Halloween. So think of that right there. You can obviously, you know, turn something into an evergreen design. And not an evergreen design, just a trending Halloween design that can make a lot of sales for you if you do it correctly. I'll just wait until it's quiet. Halloween and teacher niche. So witches and Halloween, really good. Halloween and teacher do really good. You're looking at the keywords and seeing, you know, exactly what they're doing here. Funny skeleton. I'll just wait until it's quiet. Now, like I said, just mixing anything with the skeleton, it seems to be really hot and turn into an evergreen niche. So think about that. Next, trick or treat. Okay, groovy style. Okay, that groovy style font, that retro style font, it's going to do really, really good. And from, like, if you can mix anything like that or any type of niche, and you can think ahead like Thanksgiving or Christmas, do anything like this related to any of these holidays, it's going to do really good for you. Now, this is my 70s costume. You're seeing, you know, this, anything related to costume, right?
you're going to see Halloween and costume. Okay. If you do a keyword research into that, you're going to see how big this niche is. And there's so many different ideas. So if you have a niche, a top selling niche, and you're doing really well with it in a certain niche, if you can mix anything with the costume and create some type of costume, this is my 70s costume. You can see what they did right there. This is my frog costume. This is my monkey costume. This is my pumpkin costume. Like, you can go on and on and on and on, but it just obviously has to make sense. But you can see that this is a top seller and it's going to start trending down. You can see 601 ratings. So it's been up for a while, I'm assuming, but just looking at the data, it's a top selling niche. And then this right here, eight ball. Basically, I think everyone's just see Halloween group matching by looking at the keywords. I'm assuming that people are just dressing up as, of all the billiards, the pool balls, right? And they're dressing up, all the different numbers, and they're buying more than one shirt. So depending on how many pool balls there are, obviously you can probably create a higher order value. So you can, instead of selling 1 or 2, you're selling 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and everyone's buying this shirt to match with the 8 ball or whatever. You can think of different ideas inside of there. This would be a good niche to design for, because you can see that they're using that costume Halloween group matching t-shirts. That right there is big, because they're, like I said, is creating more sales. Next, what is your favorite scary movie, Halloween horror movie t-shirt? Now this, I think it's kind of relating back to this Screen movie right here. So you want to be very careful. I'm just, because I know that they're using the phone in that movie. So you just want to be very careful, understand the rules. What's your favorite scary movie? And you can see that has 26 ratings. It's they're playing like I don't know. See, with certain things like that, I feel like it all depends on Amazon. Amazon, like if they feel like you're causing like some type of brand confusion, then that's when they will come after you. But it looks like it's been up for a while and making sales, and I think that's where it's coming from. I'm not too sure, but I think that's where that's coming from. So you want to be very careful with that. Now, Vintage Horror Fest movie poster. I think so this is like original work. I'm assuming Horror Fest. It's Halloween Vintage. So they're just making a horror poster, right? And they're just putting it all together, and they're creating something really cool. Looks like almost like a poster, almost like a comic book type of page ordeal. And it looks really cool. And I think something like this, just go into a little bit more detail with it. You can obviously, something like this is going to take a little bit more work, but obviously it's going to create less competition for yourself, right? So really, really awesome. 100 ratings, right? It's doing pretty good. And then if you come over here, baseball skeleton, next one, this right here. Okay, anything mixed with a skeleton, like I said, playing baseball, playing football, playing soccer, there's a list that goes on, right? Anything you can do something like this. If you can do anything with this right here, you can create an evergreen design, or just not an evergreen design, a design that's going to be selling all year round. I feel like this can be evergreen though, because it's really just a baseball and a skeleton hitting the ball. But when Halloween comes around, obviously it's going to make more sales. In a world full of princess says be a witch. See that one? It looks like it's a newer design. No reviews, no ratings. BSR, something like that. Yeah, there's like something. Obviously, double check and making. Obviously, when it comes into all this stuff, you want to make sure that you're double checking for trademarks. Copyrights. You're not infringing on anyone's brand. So it's very, very important. One thing that I recommend too when I'm seeing witches like this, you want to be careful for a Hocus Pocus. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Hocus Pocus is a Disney movie, and there's a lot of that going on. You're going to see, we may find one in this video where you'll see someone doing like Hocus Pocus, and you're like, wait up, you can't do that. All right. So making sure you're understanding the rules. You're seeing people making sales and making money off of products, right? But obviously you want to follow those rules, because you don't want it to obviously make money for a month and then your account gets suspended. But you just want to, you're making sure that you're following the rules and have a good account and good standings for many years to come. I have an account, my Amazon merch account. It's been active for over 6 years. And obviously as you start to grow and learn, it can be, a struggle, because you're like, okay, certain new, trademark stuff like that appear, when you first uploaded the design, the same wasn't trademarked. Then all of a sudden you go back, you're like, wait up, this design is trademarked now. But when I first designed for it, it wasn't. So, but it's just, certain things like that you can't really control, because it's part of the game. But obviously when you're uploading that first design, you just want to make sure that you're following the rules. This one's a really cool one. Clown costume Halloween vintage t-shirt. You see what they did right here, kind of like created that clown outfit, which is really dope. You're going to see the average BSR. Anything, like I said, anything related around this, if you can create some type of image, and then when they put it on, it looks like a costume, it's really cool, right? I'm with the flamingo. I'm with the donkey. I'm with the monkey. You like think about what costumes, or someone, you're creating some funny, matching shirts where you're trying to make fun of the other person would be a cool idea. It could be really funny. You can see the BSR has been dropping and, turning into a consistent seller as you get closer to Halloween. Looking at all this stuff right here, it's going to tell you a story, tell you some good information. Here we got a skeleton again with the basketball, kind of what we went over already, understanding that, it can make you a lot of money and turn into a top seller. Now you got a skeleton playing baseball. You kind of see what they did with the, like the American flag theme or the flag theme with the little pumpkins. I think those are little pumpkins right there. And you can see that this one right here is it's a top seller, right? And it's a top selling design in that niche, right? So 15 ratings, $13.99. And I'm pretty sure they're using that pricing strategy where you price low. And then obviously when it gets closer to the holiday, once you get the ranking in, you raise the price to make a profit. Groovy, vintage, floral, ghost, cute. They got flowers in their hand. They're all 3 ghosts. Got the, the jack-o'-lanterns in their hands too as well. Really cool. And this one is starting to crank in and make sales. You see the BSR is going up, but I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into be a top seller for this year like it was probably last year. It's hocus pocus time. This right here, you can't do this. Don't do this unless you have the rights to do it. Okay, hocus pocus, like I said, no, that's a no. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't mess with that. I wouldn't even touch that phrase. It's crazy how it's been up. It seems like it's been up for a while. Let me click on this. I'm not sure if they haven't caught it or what it is, but anything around, it's been up for a while and it's cranking in, but I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't. That's just me. Okay, that's crazy. That's been up for that long. Whether they just missed it or just haven't caught it, or maybe something that I don't know, or maybe they have the rights to it, right? They have the rights to actually create that design. You don't know, right? Here, classic tomato ketchup. I know that there's a brand around this. I'm not sure if you guys, but there's a brand. There's a tomato brand, Heinz. I think it's Heinz. It kind of has the same logo. So when it comes to anything like that, me personally, you can, obviously design. You can create something around that, but you just want to, every platform is going to be different, right? They may take it down, they may not, because you're causing like a brand confusion when it comes to creating anything like that. You want to research that. If you just literally do a ketchup, let me see, Heinz, spell it right, Heinz ketchup. Let's see if that pops up. Yeah, you see the image, kind of see what they're doing right there. Yeah, there's put classic, but you can kind of see it's like very, very similar, but it's not, I guess. Right? But it's pretty close. So I think that something like that, me personally, would cause brand confusion, and I would not mess with something like that. That's just me. And then the next one, mermaid seashell bra. You're going to see like they're basically using the seashell as a bra. Okay, this is more of like a for a woman, right? This is Boo Sheet, S-E-E-T. Really cool design. Cute little bow on the top of the ghost. Looks like the ghost is mad, right? So don't forget about that, understanding the design, and you got a certain illustration, certain custom graphics. That right there will help you stand out from your competition because it'd be unique and different from everyone else. Halloween monster horror movie Frankenstein. They're using Frankenstein right here. I know that when it comes to certain things like this, I know there's certain rules that are placed in, like if it's past a certain year, right? Then you need to look into this, because I personally don't create anything like this. I create more of, like the cute, funny stuff, like would be more like something like this, right? I kind of stay in those type of niches, or like different animals, stuff like that. That's where I stay at, or just different sub niches or newer niches. That's where I mess around at. But you can see something like this, like click on this right here, Frankenstein, and you want to look up the rules on this. I'm not too sure exactly how this works out, but you can see that it's been up for a while, right? And I'm not sure if they have the rights to this or they have some type of licensing for this, but look at it. That thing's cranking, right? And that's what we want too. That's an evergreen design, right? If you don't know who Frankenstein is, he's pretty cool. It's cool. And it's, you can see that's an evergreen. Maybe this person has the rights to it, but I would definitely, something like this, if you create something like that, it would be really awesome, because if you have the rights to it and you understand the rules, that's something that can be done right there. Horror Clubhouse in the Park Halloween. Now, come on, pop this open. And I know there's some looks like very similar to like Jason Mask stuff going on in there. It movie, right? Kind of resembling that. Stuff like this. If, like I said, understanding the rules, having the rights to it. Obviously, it's been up for what? A few years? 3 years? Right? 2 years, and then working on 3, right? Anything like this, just want to be very careful and making sure that, if you have the rights to do anything like that, that's okay, right? But if you don't, careful. Same thing with the tomato, right? You're kind of playing that fine line. Same thing we talked about up here. We touched on with that one. Very similar, very close to, what it is. Emotional support human, please do not pet me, I'm working. This right here, this is interesting right here, emotional support human. So they're mixing emotional support human and then Halloween, right? And this is like, do not pet me as a costume, but it seems like this one's gonna be a popular style right here. So I would definitely look into something like understanding emotional support human, because it's funny saying, right? And it seems like it's going to be a top seller for this year Halloween. Now, funny jack-o'-lantern gamer. Okay, anything with a Halloween and gamer, it's going to crush. It's going to do really good. You can see that this one has 203 ratings, and you know that it's a consistent seller. And it probably sells, if you look at it, let's click on it real fast. Let me see. Boom. Look at it. I would say it probably stays like a consistent seller. And then it's like one of those designs that starts selling way ahead of everyone else when it comes to this. But look at that big spike. That's weird. That's interesting. But it's starting to trend down again and make sales. But you can see like it goes down to the 30s. It's consistently selling and making sales over and over and over. Even the first year too, it's like 30s, 38, which is really cool. Next one is I'm a Banana right here when you click on this. Now this is a brand too as well, right? With the same logo, but it's not exactly the same, but it's almost, but it's just like leveraging off of that brand in a way where you see a lot of logos out there like GameStop, and you'll see like GameStop use like certain color patterns like, Target, and then like Beats by Dre, right? You'll see those are kind of very similar, and they're just editing a few things to make the logo just a little bit different. I'm a banana. I'm a banana costume Halloween. You're going to see like we come look over here, and you're going to see that, look at this one, just a consistent seller, selling over and over and over and over and over, right? It's an evergreen design. It's selling all throughout the year. Something like this, when I've talked to Amazon merch before, the president, they talked about, there's certain designs, as long as I'm trying to look for that word. I can't figure out that word right now. As long as you're not copying the brand and you're making it your own and turning it into like how it's like you're taking the same design concept but making it your own, you're okay. But then I've seen people that get in trouble for doing that type of stuff. So you just want to make sure that you're okay and you're in the clear and you understand that. Spooky Mama. Next one. Okay, we're moving pretty fast right here because there's a lot to cover. And if I'm speaking a little fast, I'm sorry. But make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up because I'm giving you a lot of good information in here and trying to help you understand everything that's going on and what designs are what's happening. So that vintage Spooky Mama retro Halloween ghost, that groovy type text, right? And you're seeing what they're doing with the bat, with the spider webs, and then you got some flowers in there. I think there's skeletons, and then a jack-o'-lantern, and there's a skeleton inside the flower, which is really cool, right? Kind of giving that look at 60s, 70s hippie Halloween clothing, groovy, right? And this is going to be a top seller for Halloween too as well. Very simple, nothing too crazy, but really cool. There's that movie poster again, right? You're seeing the vintage horror Halloween poster, and I think anyone can create something like this if you do kind of put your own flip on it, kind of make a scary zombie crazy looking, you can do something really cool, and that can definitely turn into a top seller. Okay, same thing with the mayonnaise. You got the mayonnaise here, kind of doing that same thing with the ketchup. Now Michael Myers, right? Halloween. Now obviously I think this may be the official brand, maybe not, I don't know. Let's see, I don't know, not too sure, right? But Michael Myers, big face t-shirt. This is obviously a movie, okay? Understanding that if you don't have the rights, you cannot design for something like this. Thank you, enjoy Chinese takeout. Now, I haven't created anything like this. This is coming from, I think it's from the box, right? You can see like the thank you, enjoy the box, and then I'm pretty sure there's a bag, and you'll see the t-shirts like on Etsy, stuff like that. You want to make sure that's obviously you're not infringing if that's a brand, if they're doing their own stuff, when it comes to thank you, enjoy. This is coming from that, I believe. So I just want to be very careful. There's a lot that we're covering in here. So as we're looking at all this stuff, I'm just like trying to kind of give you an idea and like, who it is that they're going after. But yeah, and then they put Halloween in there, which is interesting. Halloween, because they're trying to, that's a costume too. Or is it, there's a costume, yeah, Halloween 2020 costume t-shirt. Pretend I'm a turtle. Something like this, simple text based, but it's going to be an evergreen top selling, not an evergreen, a top selling design for, a top selling design for Halloween. Pretend I'm a turtle. This actually is probably going to be an evergreen too because it's simple, but you see what they did with the green because the turtle's green, right? So they did the green with the t-shirt too right there, but it looks like it's trending. And it's going to be one of those designs, those simple text-based designs that are going to be top sellers, right? Over here, Pac-Man. This is like a Pac-Man design, but not using the keyword in there. They're kind of just, leveraging a jack-o'-lantern, and they got the ghost running, right? They're all, So they don't have the Pac-Man in there. So they should be in the clear right here with this. It's you can see, you get the concept, you get the idea, and see, kind of gives you that what they're doing with this type of design. I personally don't create anything like this. I usually kind of just, like I said, stay away from stuff like that because I don't want to mess with anything like that. Just here for the candy. I'm just here for the candy. This one right here, this was like one of the popular ones. Like I'll trade my brother, I'll trade my sister for candy, right? You can even scale out that too as well. There's so many different ideas that can be done right there, which would be really, really cool. My little horror crew, same thing here again. I just want to be very careful. Your favorite classic horror movie character, animals, something like this, right? They look pretty different, but you can see obviously like the Jason mask that they're using right there, and they're kind of relating stuff to Freddy Krueger right there. I believe that's him, but they're turning him into animals. Yeah. No, you hang up, right? Same thing with this one. I wouldn't touch anything like this. We went over that one too. This one's cool. Tooth Halloween pattern costume. This is really cool. So a dentist, right? Yeah, dentist, dental assistant. Anything like this that you can mix with any type of career and kind of make it a cool type of cute idea and turning it into a t-shirt. I can see a dental assistant wearing something like this, or even a doctor wearing something like this, or even just the whole crew wearing something like that, right? That'll be really cool. That can help you turn into a top seller. So mixing any type of career and, Halloween, that'd be a good idea. Same thing with everything else. Princess Security. Now I'm getting the idea of a, Disney type of theme. Princess Security. Anything Halloween, something like this, I personally wouldn't mess with. That's me, just as me. But understanding it, it's, the Disney idea, but then Princess Security, using a crown. I don't know. If Disney feels like type of way, they could probably come after you, like, hey, take that down. We want this down. Amazon, take that down. Okay. Mustard, kind of went over things. Same thing with the ketchup mustard. Same concept. Skeleton skateboarding. This right here. This is like, look at this, a simple design, but look at the reviews on it. But leveraging this right here, leveraging Halloween and skeletons, it's going to turn into a top selling niche, which is really, really cool. Let's go down a little bit more. Got a cute ghost face. Anything with the faces on t-shirts for Halloween. Jack-o'-lantern, ghost faces, anything like that. If you can think of scary faces, anything like that, you can create something like that. You can create a top seller in here, right? And it can make a lot of sales for you, okay? And you can turn it into a top seller. Here's that Frankenstein again. Here's that clown costume again, okay? Dadster, okay? Dadster couple matching family mom and dad Halloween shirts, okay? So you're obviously momster, dadster. I think momster. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that might be trademark. So making sure that, guys, like I said, as you're going through all this stuff, you're coming up with different ideas. You always want to double check for trademarks, and you're making sure that you're not getting any rejections on your account or just wherever you're selling at. You're right. Like anything can get taken down if you're leveraging these platforms to make sales. So you're making sure that you're double checking and on your behalf, because that's your account. At the end of the day, it's your business. Cheese. Funny matching macaroni and cheese. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the cheese and the other one would be the macaroni. So different ideas like that, mixing foods and kind of creating them and turning them into costumes. That'd be a good idea. Halloween pink flamingo. You're seeing what they're doing with the different types of flamingos here. Got a jack-o'-lantern, got a mummy, got Dracula, and then we got a witch flamingo, right? Think of other things that you can do, other animals that you can do like that too. Spooky kid. All right, you got that style with that, I don't know what this is called right here, that little bandana thing with the knot on top, the glasses, right? You've seen this, a lot of the style, but they're doing like a Halloween theme. Pretend I'm a Dalmatian. We already seen pretend I'm a turtle, right? This one is a top seller too. You'll see like a lot of competition inside of this niche, but just think of a different saying that no one else has, and obviously take a little bit more work, but you can do it. Penguin costume shirt. You're seeing the penguin right here. There's a lot of these on Amazon or on Amazon.com. A lot of these on Etsy. A lot of these on Redbubble. But if you can think of something like this, it'll be a cool one, because it just look at it. It's cool, right? Ice cream sprinkles. Okay, you've seen what they did here. Pretty cool. It looks like it's a top seller for Halloween, right? It does pretty good. Simple, real simple. Nothing too crazy about it, but it's cool. It's cute, funny, right? Sweet relish. You've seen what they did there. Boot scootin' spooky Western Halloween ghost spooky season. Okay, ghost dressed up as a Western cowboy ordeal with the boots, right? Flying monkeys costume. I'm not sure what this is exactly, right? Not sure what that is. Enchanting Halloween illusion. I think I've seen this one already. Interesting. A lot going on right here. So this is an interesting niche to kind of look up. It's a witch, right? But they got the skeletons going on. A lot of stuff. It's a cool design. I'm with the butterfly, right? We talked about that already in here. A pirate Halloween, so dress up as a pirate. So think of different costumes that you can actually design on a t-shirt. There's a lot that can be done right there. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Happy Hollow Thanksmas gnomes. This was a good one that I covered last year. But the Hollow Thanksmas gnomes, it seems like this design right here was a top seller last year, and it seems like it's on its way to be a top seller this year. Okay, now let's go down. Wickedly Enchanting Halloween. Same thing right here. Looks like the same concept as this one, right here. This is a really cool one too. It might be from the same person, and I want to say it almost looks like it's AI generated, right? In a world full of princesses, be a witch. Now this right here is that Hocus Pocus. These are the 3 witches in the Hocus Pocus. I wouldn't touch anything like that. Okay, Mama Ford. Lazy Halloween. That's a cool one. Simple text based, right? I'm not sure what it's referring to be exact. Physics department. Funny. Creep It Real. You got a retro Halloween Creep It Real vintage ghost. You're having a ghost on a skateboard with a checkered background right there with the Creep It Real with the bat and the spider webs. I teach the cutest pumpkins in the patch. So think of pumpkin patch. What are people doing for Halloween? Okay, this will be a good one too. This is like, that we've seen a few of these created. I've personally seen a few of these created over the years, and they do really, really good. But if you can think of like what are little kids wearing to the pumpkin patch and what are adults wearing to the pumpkin patch, you can create a top selling design inside of this niche too as well. Monkey gorilla chest costume. You can see what they're doing there. Really cool. I like that a lot. Verde Nacho average girl, hot sauce packet, right? That's a cool one. It's not really, you have to understand that right there. I think this is coming from either Taco Bell or Del Taco, but they're using like a kind of the hot sauce packet idea theme, and then they're mixing up the wording so it's not, infringing like on the actual hot sauce packet itself. Now we have a skeleton Halloween, got a basketball. So that same skeleton we've been seeing, you can see how they're using it and mixing it up. I've talked about this one in the past too as well. Skeleton hands on boobs. They got the 2 middle fingers going up on the boobs, right? This right here, this is, you got to be very careful. Salem Broom Company for Halloween. This right here, it's crazy because this is from Hocus Pocus 2. Just something like this. I wouldn't personally do it, but it's been up there for a while. Unless, like I said, unless you have the rights, right? Everything, it makes all a big difference unless you have the rights on, certain things like that. You can obviously create something like that. Vintage skeleton basketball player dunking. Got a skeleton dunking the basketball into the hoop, which is really cool. And then chilling with my zombies. You got the zombies hanging out with their arms around each other. With the witch. This is a cool one. Let me touch that. But this is a cool one. I think something like this, chilling with my zombies. This can be really cool. You can do certain other things. Maybe chilling with like my witches, something like that. Mix it up with different characters. With the witch. Kind of went over that already. Pirate. We got the same costume again, just different style, which is really cool. Pretend I'm a pirate. We went over this type of style right here. You got the jack-o'-lantern eating the skeletons. You had the other one eating the ghosts. Pretend I'm a caveman. Okay, you got same thing. We went over this already. Just different ideas, different concept. Oz, Halloween, Scarecrow, Wizard of Oz, something like that. Like I said, you want to be careful with that. You're making sure that you have the rights to do something like this. In a world full of princesses, be a witch. I think this is coming from Hocus Pocus again, because we kind of seen that up there with the hair. So understanding that, look that up. I would double check that. Mentally ill but totally chill. That's a cool one, right? I can see that one being a top seller for Halloween too as well. What they're doing with the skeleton, you got the coffee, you got the purple fog coming out. Candy security, very simple, basic text, a good simple text base, but this one right here, something like this is going to be doing really well for Halloween too. I'm the boogie witch. You got a witch sitting on the broom with the hat on, really cool design. Hawaiian coconut shell bra, funny Halloween party. I feel like costumes should be in there to help them get more traffic to it. This is its own theme right here. Funny boobies right here. This has been around for a while. This is, the top selling niche too as well. Kind of putting the ghost boo and then bees, B-E. Right here, you can see how they're doing it right there with the keywords. Boo Boo Crew, which is really cool. Funny nurse. Anything with nurses in Halloween will do really, really good. And then over here, Count Dracula, Monster, Vampire. I think this one's from a movie, I believe. All right, I believe that one. Peanut butter. Move on to the next one. Peanut butter, and peanut butter and jelly. So matching twins. So this will be really good too as well, which would be really cool. Next one, it's tricky Halloween shirt. Make sure that's not from a song. I wouldn't, if it's from a song, I would double check that too. I would do a search, making sure that's not from a song. Take Me to Halloween Town. This is a movie right here. Take Me to, it's a Disney movie. Take Me to Halloween Town. So making sure that you're not designing anything like this right here. This is a no-no unless you have the rights, like I said. Autumn, 'Tis the Seasons. Okay, is that, no, 'Tis the Season. Okay, they got a gnome, got a leaf back there, got a football, got a pumpkin, which is really cool. This one's pretty cool right here. Mummy unicorn. That's freaking cool. Okay, I think literally you can mix anything, any animal, anything like that. You can turn that into a mummy, and it'll be give you a good chance to turn it into a top seller. I'm the grandma witch. You got I'm the grandma witch. I'm the grandpa. No, I'm the aunt witch. I'm the auntie witch. Anything like that. Anything with a woman in the family, you can mix that up into that. Like I'm the sister witch. I think that would work too. Here's the cheese, the mac and cheese, the couple matching shirts. Again, seagull Halloween costume, we went over that. They did not burn witches, they burned women. They didn't burn witches, they burned women. Empowering voice, so they're trying to make a statement with this right here. Interesting design, interesting concept. Be careful with that, I want to say, because it's kind of very, like I said, empowering, right? Spooky dude, this is cool. I can see this doing really good. Got a ghost. It's like a cool little kid. Boys, you can see who they're targeting. Boys, skateboard, jack-o'-lantern with a kid with a ghost with a candy. It seems like a kid, right? Skateboard, cool colors too as well. A checkered background. And there goes that skeleton again with the soccer. Momster. You want to double check. I think this one at one point was trademark. I'm not sure if it still is. Cocktober. Happy Cocktober Halloween. Okay, so this is supposed to be like, that's a funny kind of saying, right? Simple text base, and it has, instead of they have like a jack-o'-lantern there. Dracula. All right, now let's go down. The morning ritual. You see what they're doing right there? They got, a lot of stuff going on right here with this design, but seems like a coffee pot in the middle, right? Which is really cool. Okay, you have these two skeleton guys right here. They're mixing up the coffee. And then you got, seems like some type of devil, Satan person in the middle brewing up the coffee. Okay, so yeah. Now, kind of went over everything for Halloween. There's a ton of different stuff that we went over in this video. I try to do it as fast as possible. We went over a lot of different niches, right? And just giving you different ideas, getting the concept, certain things that I'm like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? I didn't know what's going on there with certain niches, but understanding and kind of give you an insight, like, don't be using any of the stuff that, some of the stuff I showed you in here. There's like Halloween Town. There was Hocus Pocus. People kind of just grabbing certain phases from Hocus Pocus. I wouldn't do that. That's me personally. I wouldn't do something like that. But there's a lot of content. There's a lot of information in here. So go over this stuff. Look over it. Different ideas. If you have any ideas that you want to share, or if you have any insights that maybe I messed up somewhere, or I didn't do something right, or you see something where you can kind of share some type of insight and help other individuals, leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys are enjoying this type of research, check out this video right here. I'll give you more niche research ideas